that was very kind, Ellen. Thank you so much for that and for your leadership in Delaware. And I want to thank, obviously, all of the folks here from the RNC that you would come here. I feel bad that you would spend money and on plane tickets to support me, but you know what? We're really supporting SBA. And I want to thank Marjorie for your leadership. You know, from the moment that I was even beginning to think about running for chairman of the RNC, Marjorie was one of the very first people in Maryland that I spoke to, and they interviewed us all, and it had a profound impact on me. It has a profound impact on the race for chairman. I think that some things that you don't see happening in the news media or in advertising or in campaigns that this group does, and under Marjorie's leadership, has an incredible impact, not just on our party, but also for our movement and also for our entire country. You know, I really have a hard time with this, and I got to tell you why. Because, and I can't get away from it, every single time Marjorie or one of the members of the RNC go way out of their way to thank me as a chairman of a pro-life party for doing something like postponing the RNC January meeting, kind of where a lot of this started, is something that I think as a chairman of a pro-life party who's pro-life himself would seem like pretty much a no-brainer. But yet, what's profound on me is the incredible level of gratitude for me to do something that you would think would normally be done. And so it's both incredibly humbling, but it's also just a little bit sad. And I think hitting that reset button on the national party was a long time coming. And I'm proud to be part of that. You know, the way I look at it, one verse in the Bible that for whatever reason, and I'm not quite sure why, that no matter what version I look up, you know those Bibles you can get that you open up one page and you can see like 7 different versions of the same thing all in one. Well, there's a chapter in Isaiah chapter 6, and it starts with the year King Uzziah died. And it describes a vision that Isaiah had when he looked up into heaven and he saw God sitting on the throne. And it describes the incredible scene that Isaiah saw. And through its awe, he hit the floor because it was too magnificent for someone like him to see. I think it says, "Woe is me." And he went down. And the part that I think about, when I think about these Isaiah chapter 6 moments in your life, when you have to make that decision, like postponing the meeting, marching in the March for Life. And God, after the seraphims and the angels came down, and obviously the verse goes on, the chapter goes on for a while, said, "Whom shall I send?" Without knowing what the mission was, Isaiah said, "Here am I, send me." And I think about those Isaiah chapter 6 moments in our life, and that was one for me. And so I just have so much respect for the Susan B. Anthony list and the great work that you do, because it's life-saving work. And that's why I'm proud to stand here with you to promote a culture of life, not just in our politics, but in our society. Politics is not the answer to our problems. We know what is, and it's God. But we're here together to be called salt and light of the world while we have these great opportunities, in our life. So I want to say thank you for your dedication to our shared cause. And I'm here tonight as a pro-life chairman of a pro-life party. We're especially grateful for the difference that you're making in this organization, as Carly and others talked about, the fact that you'd knock over 500,000 doors, over 500,000 phone calls. We've got to be really good at the mechanics in order to win these elections. And I know there's both Republicans and Democrats here, and I can tell you in our party, we've got to be a national party that understands that we need to be everywhere all the time, not just once every 4 years, 5 months before an election. We can't just be candidate crazy, but we've got to be mechanically crazy too. We've got to be a party that understands that reaching out, not just in places where we're weak, which we need to do, but sometimes the fruit is right above our head. And we've got to do a better job where we're strong as well. I think we know that we're going to face the full force of the pro-abortion interest groups in the next election. They're going to be out there more than ever before. So your work is even more important. Mobilizing pro-life Americans to support a pro-life candidate will be critical. And together we're going to show Americans that they have more in common with those of us who believe life must be protected, those of us who know we should defend the most vulnerable. For example, we all know that the majority of this country agrees with common sense laws to protect an unborn child after 5 months who can feel pain. And Republicans have been advancing such laws across the country. Yet, the other party goes to extremes, and they're the ones standing in the way. Like me and like others tonight that you've heard from, we're appalled during the last week to hear that the chair of the Democrat Party would say on national TV that her party doesn't believe society has any role at all in protecting the unborn. According to her, at no point does an unborn baby deserve protection. At no point. That's extreme. But we know, we don't have to guess, we know that the most people in this country, the vast majority of people in this country, find that that's unconscionable. It's unacceptable, it's extreme, and it's one more reason why we need a pro-life president in the White House. Americans, as we know, across this country, are going to face a sharp contrast in this election. We can't be afraid to make our case. I know that the SBA list will be the leaders in that conversation. And you should know that you have a partner at the RNC. I want to make you proud of this party. And I promise you that I'll work like a dog to do that. You know, a lot of the things that we're in charge of might seem a little boring. The mechanics, the data, the ground game. Obviously, you know, I think we all can agree we don't need a 23 debate circus. I think we limit to a few less debates, and this time we'll pick the moderators, not the other way around. But most importantly, I want to say thank you for the work that you do, and really for this award, which is unnecessary. It's a true honor, but it's an honor to stand with you, to work with you, and to every January march with you to advance the cause of life. You're a blessing to this country, and it's my prayer that God will continue to bless you, the work that you do, and obviously the work that we're going to do together. And may He bless this great country, a country founded on that self-evident truth that everyone has the inalienable right to life. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.